If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still Got Game, episode 481. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek T. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Hitman. They also call me Hit.
And I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And the streak continues, boys. It's just the three of us, seemingly always. No Tiff, no Yant, but it is what it is. We find a way to do a show. And we put ourselves out there. So
I know back when I was in my younger years, when I worked at my part-time job, there used to be like people that, didn't show up for their work, like their scheduled shifts for like, a couple weeks in a row kind of thing. And then they'd get fired for what was the term? Job abandonment. Yes. Yes, I remember. It's sucky when like your friends just gave up on the job and then got let go. It was a bummer, but anyway,
you just brought that up out of nowhere. No particular reason.
No particular reason. No, just...
Nice. Well, the three of us are here, and we're going to do a show, and we're going to kick some ass. So why don't we start off, as always, we'll just hop right in the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last show. Excuse me. And remember, our voicemail will cut you off after a minute. A live milkman asks, damn, one enormous after show after another. The content fire hose is definitely on. What is the strategy of these new giant after shows? I didn't really think we had a strategy. I felt they were just
talk until we're done talking.
Yeah, I felt they were more like a luck thing, but our last show was huge though. I did, after seeing this comment, I looked. The actual show itself was 59 minutes. And the after show wasn't.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, you ruined it. I already heard I was gonna say longer or shorter than the episode before.
Oh, longer. Yes.
Yeah.
So how long was the episode in total?
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh, I was gonna. So the other one was 2 hours and 11, right?
Or I think 2 hours and 5. Yeah.
Oh, something like that. Okay. All right. So we just beat that one. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And the after show this time was actually longer than the show. So,
right,
by 16 minutes. So
it's not like when we finish the show we I mean, the proof is here because of the video, but like we don't sit here and be like, you know what we need to do tonight, guys? Beat our record from last night or last week, right?
No,
it just happens.
It's there's no plan, there's no strategy. We just
no outline.
To be honest to the viewers and to you guys, because I'm not sure if you guys do this too, but like, my intent is actually to go as fast as possible. Yeah. I want to get in and out of here so I can get gaming. And and like I just like, sometimes it doesn't happen.
Sometimes you get excited about a topic and you just talk about it.
Like last week, I remember I said like I can't wait to get off of here so I can go play Tunic.
Yeah.
And like we fucking do the longest show ever. Right? Like
it's crazy. It just happens. It's not Sometimes you just get caught up in the moment. So
the shows that are the longest, I think they're in like the 3 to 4 hour range, right?
Oh,
those ones were
like
planned.
E3 and
the E3 ones, yeah. Those ones suck. Those ones, they're too. I remember the last one we did that was like really long. It wasn't the last one we did. I think the last one we did, we realized we went way too long. The one before that, it was like 3-4 hours, and I'm like, the following year, I was like, we're not doing that again. Yeah, we're speeding it up this time.
There was one that we took a bathroom break in the middle.
It was that one. It was like 4 hours.
Yeah, it was crazy. We're like, we'll be right back, and then we just took off.
Birds were chirping and everything. I was like, we gotta go.
I gotta go to work soon. It's morning. Oh, all right. Next, Lizard Shampoo comments. I'm still pretty new to your show, but it's great. Have you ever considered starting your own podcast network and breaking off a separate show about TV and movies? all I listen to are video games and entertainment podcasts, and your TV/movie talk could go up against any of them.
See, I'm starting to think Derek writes these because this is getting ridiculous.
This
Now we're talking about us being like podcast moguls. Like, we still have yet to make $1 off of this product alone.
no, I think this is ludicrous as well. That's why
I feel like
I could barely get through it.
I feel like our listeners are like really optimistic. It's cool. But yeah, these are getting like really optimistic. Like this is
like we should start a network.
yeah, this is like top. This is the top one now, right?
Like we've had people suggest that we do a separate thing about TV
Separate
and movies,
shows and
yeah,
charging and sponsors.
but never like a podcast network. No, this is a new low high. Yes,
I do know
Yeah,
of
I
some
don't know.
podcast networks, but like we're not there yet. Like
I got a couple ideas for some shows that I could be doing. Maybe this is a good idea.
wow.
wow.
Everybody wants to listen to a hiking podcast.
Wow, this is a really broad network of shows then.
Yeah.
You could just be live from the trail and you just record like from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, I don't know
dazzling
why
to
you don't do
yourself.
live from the trail. Like that seems like a missed opportunity. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yep.
That sounds like a lot of wind.
Yeah.
And the wind would be me breathing heavily the whole time.
Oh, wind, really?
You got it. You can even use the name I gave you, live from the trail. Boom. done.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Next up, Pachawaka comments. I feel like Hitman is being a little hard on 343 regarding Halo. If I didn't have so much homework, I'd be playing it all the time, but my 3 roommates play almost every night.
All right, listen, Pachawaka. I'm a humongous Halo fan. I've been playing Halo since fucking Halo 1. I used to play online on Xbox Connect.
Yep.
Like I've been playing like tournaments, MLG, fucking conventions, lands. It's crazy. My Halo collection is ridiculous. I'm the biggest Halo fan. I love Infinite. Okay, and that's why it sucks that I can't stop playing that game, even though it is fucking terrible right now. It is poorly managed. I don't feel like I'm being a little hard on them. This is the rawest form of truth that you can get from anyone. Is from someone that actually still plays the game, loves the franchise. Like that's when you can get like an honest, I think, right? Like at least you're not getting opinion from someone that doesn't play the game and like is just making shit up just because
they read a news story.
Or they see people's opinions on Twitter.
Yep.
Like I'm in the trenches,
Yep.
screaming for help from these guys
Mhm.
because and that's the thing that sucks about Halo Infinite is that to its core they really hit it out of the park. It's just really being mismanaged. Like I don't know. Yeah, I think the game came out too early, and I feel like there needs to be more shit to do. And
And
I don't know.
various different shit. Yes.
yeah, so I don't think I'm being a little hard on them. I think it's the truth. I mean, I don't know. And like your 3 roommates play almost every night. I still play almost every night too.
Yeah.
I just question now. I'm like, am I the idiot that's still playing this game? Because like the numbers don't show anyone playing this game.
Well, I still play a few nights a week that I can fit in.
Yeah, same. I do
So-
my challenges.
I don't play it at all anymore.
Yeah, like Selden fits under that section of like people that used to play the game and stop because
It's
there's
just
nothing keeping
the
you in.
content is there. I mean, the content's just not there right now, and
Right.
I can only play the same maps over and over so many times before I'm bored. That's why, I'm one of the Forge guys. I love playing custom games with with my group of friends and stuff like that. And without Forge or a variety of maps and game types that I want to play, it's just not there right now. For the hardcore guys, like definitely there's you're still going to get your gameplay and stuff like that. You're still going to enjoy what you have, but I think even a lot of the hardcore guys are like hit. You're saying there's just not enough there right now. So
Yeah, see, I still enjoy it from my end. Like, obviously I'd prefer some dials to be able to select my game modes and that sort of thing that don't exist yet. But I still enjoy it. I can sit there and fire it up at 7 and play till 1 on the nights that I play, and it's a blast. So I don't know. But I think Pachelwalka, I think Hit is probably. I don't think Hit's being hard on them. I think Hit's just the most vocal of us about
Yeah.
how he feels. So, but
I'll be honest. I think 343 fucked it out of the park. That's all I can say.
now there's your new enemy number 1 is Selden. So
Like
I used to like be an apologist for them when Halo 4, Master Chief Collection, and 5 came out, and then like I always like, come on guys, they're new, like just give them, but now like they've had 6 years and like they should have, like everything should have been top notch. I don't know.
it's just not.
yeah, I mean,
It's not.
this goes back to like, okay, it's a long time running franchise, and 343 really has been dropping the ball a lot. But then I look at it and I'm like, well, if Microsoft would have done with Halo what Activision did with Call of Duty, with alternating studios making the game, would that have helped possibly keep the content fresh, keep the game going, and give them an extra development time frame to get that, to get it more polished and get more content out in the game originally? Man, if he sprays on you, I'll kill you. I'll fucking die.
Yeah,
But I just wonder, like, should they have farmed this to 2 studios instead of just 343?
I think 343 was probably the right studio to take this over at the time.
I mean, they built this studio specifically for
take
Halo.
it over. Yes.
Yeah, like it wasn't just something like a studio they made and they're like, oh, let's give it to those guys.
No, they started working on
Right.
just pieces of the game. I think back.
Like,
when
I think it
Halo
started
3
off.
ODST. Didn't
No,
they,
was it? No.
Didn't they work
it
on
was
that
Reach.
I thought they worked on that weird mode in ODST, the one that was like the
Firefight?
yes, firefight.
I thought they were a part of one
thought
of
they
the map
didn't-
packs first.
I thought they didn't show up until Reach.
Hmm.
And
Also-
like the back half of Reach.
Yeah, we'll all have to go dig into our Halo history, but yeah, but moral of the story is they were built to take this over. So
Right.
yeah.
Right, but they put all their baskets in 343's, all their eggs in 343's basket.
Yeah, but who
What
are they
else-
supposed to give it to then?
Yeah, who else?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like 343 is Microsoft.
Yeah.
Like I don't see 343 as like an entity like, let's say, what's another entity in them? Like Rare.
Okay, yeah.
Like Rare is more of like its own thing, right? Like its own little studio within the umbrella. 343 Gears, I would also kind of throw them under the same as Halo, like Coalition or whatever.
Yeah.
They're basically Microsoft.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm like, who are they gonna give this project to? Like, I don't know. Maybe if the initiative would finish Perfect Dark, maybe they could say, hey, maybe we should give Halo to them.
Mhm.
But like right now, I don't know. I don't know. I thought about this too, Selden. Like I don't know. Who do you give it to? Like, or is it more like you just need to like clean house at 343 and start over? Like
Well,
I
I
don't
think they're
know.
cleaning their own house.
Yeah.
It seems like it. It seems like they have a lot of holes to fill.
They had a lot
I
of
don't know.
job offerings come out recently. So
Well, that can be a good thing too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they turn it around. I hope they do with Infinite what they've done with the
Master Chief Collection.
Master Chief Collection. Yeah, thanks. But
I don't, I don't, now I think I'm gonna be a little hard. You're being too forgiving. like the fact that they did that once was like, okay, like what's that line? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me
Me.
twice, shame on me.
yeah,
That's if they're doing the same thing that they did with Master Chief Collection, we should all be insulted. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think
How do
went
you let
with the
this happen?
intention of doing that though.
but the fact that they did it, right? Like they released Master Chief Collection in the state that it was in, and it took them like how many years to finally fix it before,
Three,
you know, like
3 or 4.
no, it was way longer than that.
Mm.
I think it was 3-4 years after until they were like, you know what? I think we should fix this.
Well,
Like, if you're saying that they're doing this thing, if you're doing this again, and like over the next 5 years, they're gonna get Halo Infinite back up and running. Like, who's the idiot then, right? Like, is it us or is it, like, I don't know.
I think it's going to be a much shorter term fix, but we shall see moving forward.
See.
All right, and
Before we go on, you know how I said like that game needed more time in the oven, and then we were thinking like, oh, maybe it's because something else is releasing and they don't want to like cross launch stuff, right? So I heard a rumor that Starfield, the game that they don't want to cross with Halo because it's supposed to come out this holiday, right?
Yep.
I heard that game might get delayed.
Oh
no.
So like, you mean we could have had Halo in that window and the game would have, that just, I don't know. Anyway, I heard about that and I was like, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see.
We shall see. All right. And last but not least, Altius asks, with the rumors of the upcoming PS5 Pro, or whatever it will be called, what differentiating features do you think it will be packing? It hasn't even been 2 years since the current gen of consoles launched.
I mean, we were just talking, or I was just talking in the pre-show how this is like insulting for current PS5 owners, I think.
Yep.
Because like people have like fucking sold organs to get one, and then you're gonna like release a newer one when people still can't get the original one.
Yep.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, the original PS4 came out in 2013. The PlayStation 4 Pro came out in 2016. So there's a 3-year difference between the time that they actually released those two. And it's a little early.
And people could readily still buy the
Yeah.
PS4.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Unless the only reason to release a new version is something where you're trimming down the fat on the original one to make production easier and get more units out. Like going pro, I don't know if that's the right move.
Yeah,
especially in the state that the world supply is like, dwindled.
Yeah, I think this is the time that instead of doing a pro release, you do like a slimmed down cost cutting release. Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have these big sweeping giant wings on the case. Maybe it just needs to be like a little rectangle, and maybe we can
maybe a direct competitor to the S.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, something that competes in a different realm, but and maybe that is what it is. Maybe it's not a pro at all, and maybe everyone's been fooled.
Awesome.
Maybe it's this low end PlayStation 5 to fill that.
Yeah,
gap.
because like Altius asked, what features do you think you'll be packing, and like what the fuck else could they add to this thing?
Yeah, these things are all cutting edge right now.
Faster hard drive, like maybe CPU and GPU, but like, is it going to be that noticeable? Like, what kind of power are you trying to pump out? Like, it already does 4K at what, 120? Wait, that's a good question. Does the PS5 go to 120, or is that just an Xbox thing?
I think that the uncapped frame rates are coming in an update to the PS5.
Technically,
they're not there now, but it can do.
I mean, the PS5 is not as powerful as the Series X, correct? We can agree on that?
I would agree on
that.
Yeah.
Right. Not by a lot, but enough, right? Like, stats wise, right?
Teraflops.
I can play my games at 4K 120, no issues on the Xbox. So
yeah, like I just don't know what they would be upgrading on this thing that people are asking for, unless it's just to match up with the Series X. But because Sony has like historically like doesn't like being underpowered to the Xbox.
No.
I don't know.
Honestly, the only feature I'd like to see if they had a pro is to slim that fucking thing down. I mean, it's gigantic still.
Yep.
And I know that looking at the chipset, how the chips inside, they do like a whole circle pattern around to keep the heat down. If they've really figured out how to keep the heat down in that and bring that board size down and slim the whole thing down, that might be one of the features that they could do.
Yeah,
But
that's what I was saying. Yeah, so somehow figure out how
I
to
can't see them
reduce
making it smaller.
No.
they
These
make
are
it
the guys
bigger.
that made. Yeah, if anything, it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be wider.
It's gonna be as big as the Xbox fridge.
No. All
Like,
their
look,
shit's
look at
been
look at
large.
all their consoles. They're
They're
all
all
humongous.
large. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That PS3 was insane.
Yep. With the big shiny plastic rounded top to it. Yep. Yep. Oh,
It's too early for a new PS5. I don't know.
I agree. So I guess we'll just have to see what comes out.
Maybe they bring back that one that looked like a pizza warmer, and we can actually warm our pizza in it.
Yep. Sony always doing the crazy thing. It's like they zig when you think they're going to zag. All right. Well, if any of you have questions, comments, or anything about the show, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You can also comment on this show's thread on the Tool to Play homepage. So why don't we hop on over into what we're playing? Hit, what have you been playing this week?
Just like I said earlier, did my challenges in Halo Infinite. Also did the new adventure in Sea of Thieves. So they have this new thing now called Adventures, where it's like time limited events every 4 weeks for 2 weeks,
Alright.
and it's like mystery. They got like a story behind it, and it's kind of cool. It's like it's like a mystery kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Just content
So
to keep you engaged.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different. It's like on a schedule, and it's part of the roadmap for like what they have planned. Like, I like what I don't know. I like where they're at with the game. It's interesting. So yeah, I did the adventure and played a little bit of Tunic, a little bit of Warzone.
Wow. Back
That's
to
about it.
Warzone.
Not back. I mean, I still play a few matches like Saturday nights with my buddies, but that's about it. Not that much, really.
Alright.
I meant to ask you about Sea of Thieves. Is the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff still in the
Oh, yeah.
game, or
Yeah.
was that a
It won't-
limited time?
No, it'll never go away.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's always there.
Yeah, because my son started playing it again, and he was asking me some stuff about it. So I was trying to. I was like,
It's
man, I don't
crazy how
know. It's
much
been so
shit
long
they
since
have.
I've been in there.
Crazy how much shit they have.
Yep.
It's crazy how much shit that update itself affected the game. Because since then they've added like a whole underwater world
Nice.
that came from Pirates thing. Yeah, and then that whole like what do they call that? The something of the damned. The place that you die.
Oh, the boat that you come back on?
Yeah, there's like
Oh,
there's
shit.
a whole world there now.
Oh, nice.
And like yeah, it's kind of cool. It all came from that
Pirates of the Caribbean
Pirates-
thing?
yeah, so I was like, yeah, they had a real effect on the world.
I should
in
go
the
back
game.
and
Cool.
check this out at some point. So,
I've told you guys, I'm down. If you guys ever want, we'll do like a Still Got Game stream one night. Well,
nice.
let me know. I'm
Alright.
always down.
Excellent.
Yes, carry us around and show us how to sail a boat again. So, but,
Like riding a bike, you never forget.
All right, so what have you been playing?
I have also still been playing heavily into Tunic, making my way through that. And when I'm not looking for the lighter side of that type of game, I'm playing Elden Ring still. So, I'm getting my gruesome ARG
Mhm.
type game. And besides that, I got into the beta for the Cycle Frontier. It's actually a pretty exciting game. I like it. It's I guess the easier way to say it's more of an arcadey Tarkov type game, where you're dropped into the world and you have to come out. You have to get to the extraction zone to maintain any of the items that you picked up in the world. But it's persistent worlds where, unlike Tarkov, where it's like a specific spawn time that you get into the game and you have to get out by. This one, people are constantly coming into the world and moving towards extraction zones. It's set in space, so it's more like a lot of alien creatures and stuff like that on the planet side. There's some mining aspects where you have to mine and stuff like that, but it's actually there's like 3 factions that you try to do different jobs for as you go into these worlds and come back out. But it's been a lot of fun so far. So
No, for a game that I've never heard of. So, nice.
What game? I know this.
the Cycle Frontier.
Yeah, I got into that too. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I just never loaded it up.
You should try it out. Check it out. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah, my Emily keeps wanting me to play. We'll see. I don't know. It's like sorry, I didn't hear anything you said. It's like it's funny. Let's see if this matches up. It's like what's that game? Oh, this is bad. Yeah, it's like Tarkov, but like different. Like
more.
space.
That's how I say it. It's more of an arcadey Tarkov than Tarkov.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of fun. So
good.
Okay.
How about you, Derek? What have you been playing?
Well, I've played nothing but Halo Infinite because that's what I do. I am the one keeping 343 busy. So I'm playing the shit out of that. I'm still enjoying it. So actually, I meant to ask you guys, did either of you guys play Fork Knife with the no build stuff?
No, I want to though.
No.
I want to, but it's going away like really soon, right?
I'm not sure when it's going away.
Yeah, like any day now.
Yeah.
I would say maybe by tomorrow. Actually,
maybe
I went as far as
tonight.
I went as far as reinstalling it, but I never actually loaded it up to play.
I've always had it installed. That's the best part.
So
I
sad.
have lots of hard drive space.
All right. You should try it out tonight. I'll remind you after the after show.
It does seem the most exciting. Like I watched some streams, and it's definitely way more exciting.
No, I would imagine. So.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, the biggest statement that I've heard a lot of people say is it's without the building, it's not a really good shooter. It's they're like.
I mean,
the
yeah,
building was
because
a
now
huge
you're
aspect of it.
you're relying on the shooting, and the shooting itself isn't the greatest. It's
Yeah, so-
that I can believe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it would definitely be. I just can't pull myself to jump back into that world right now. So
No, you're too busy with Elden Ring and yeah.
doing it.
All right. Well, normally after what we're playing, we jump over into the new releases, but there's no major new releases out this week, guys. So we'll just segue right on over into gaming news. First story. Let's see. Oh. Xbox Game Pass. Microsoft has paid hundreds of millions of dollars to developers. So we always kind of ponder this as, is it worth it for the devs? Like, what do they get out of this? Having Microsoft come out and say that for the games on Game Pass, they've paid out to non-Microsoft properties hundreds of millions of dollars since the initiation of Game Pass seems like a pretty good deal. Obviously, developers wouldn't and publishers wouldn't want their titles on Game Pass if they weren't getting some kind of equitable reward, and they're developers and publishers that are getting their second and third games onto Game Pass at this point. So they're obviously doing something right. So
Great.
the business model can stand, I think, is what we're saying. But we were all curious. Like, we knew that Microsoft's first party titles they could do this for, but hanging in those third party titles was always a questionable feat. But now it seems like it's Microsoft actually is sharing the wealth.
A good example is Tunic.
Oh, yeah.
That joined Game Pass in the 11th hour. And like I heard a couple of interviews with by the way, that game's made by one guy.
Wow.
Really?
One guy. He has like, it's not, he basically was one guy until like they realized like what he had on his hands, and they were like, okay, we're gonna give you a couple more guys to help you with things that you can't do, like music and like
yeah, art and music. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't know about art, but like yeah, like marketing, like so there are a few guys involved, but like for a while it's just him,
Mhm.
and basically the game's his. And he was talking. I heard some interviews where he was saying stuff like about Game Pass and just like like he's not they're not allowed to talk about the money deal, but like just from like what he said, like the exposure and like it was more than I would have ever gotten if I was on my own.
Yep.
Right? Like
Yep. Very true.
the
Mhm.
fact that everyone has it, and he's really happy. Like like you can hear it in his voice. Like he's really happy to be on Game Pass, and
Nice.
yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
Game Pass is
Yeah, because
great.
that game could have fallen into like a just the Xbox store and charged $20 for it, and it would
And no
never have
one would
come
have bought
anywhere
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
close.
no,
Because it would have
right.
just been like, oh, it's just another Zelda clone. We don't need to play it. But it hit Game Pass, and I think it's a super fun game, and I'm so glad it's getting the popularity it is. And Game Pass, I think, is definitely 100% responsible for pushing that game as far as it has. So.
Yep.
I mean, it's a great game already, but like it's like spreading the word like better than anything that guy could have ever imagined,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
it would
Like,
have been lost in the noise
right.
otherwise. So yeah.
It's very. I know you haven't tried it yet, Derek, but it's very unique. A very unique game. I think it's in the definitely considered game of the year, like on that list so far. Like I know we're only in March, but it's definitely on the discussion high up on that list for the rest of the year, I think.
Yeah. No, I
Just
watched
from
some
like
videos of it, and yeah,
just from like the fact that they don't tell you anything in the game, how the game has its own language.
Yeah, I'll tell you,
And
man.
then hold on, and then there are things that you find out later and down the road that you're like, wait, that was I could do that this whole time.
Yeah.
Like it's just the fact that they don't tell you nothing, but the game is so accessible. It's very unique. Like
Mhm.
that guy's super smart.
And you guys
Like
told me that I can play this on my like via
Yeah, your handheld
xCloud.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
the backbone. Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man,
Anyway,
that game has given me so many of those aha, oh my god, this is so much fun. I haven't had a game give me those kind of like those feelings in a long time. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I could have done that. So,
yeah.
and it's like just the way he twists. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody on a game, but it's just like it's really well done, and yeah, it's definitely intricate in how far you can go with things. So
Nice. Lotus is saying, has it changed the landscape of gaming?
I think it's
Maybe for that genre. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
yeah, maybe, but I think it's going to be stuck in that niche of the those isometric or whatever Zelda clone type games. But I think it's definitely it's moved that genre in a new and revived it a little bit. So
Nice. Yeah, I keep meaning to try it on my phone with the backbone, but I just keep forgetting. Just like Hit keeps forgetting to play Fortnite. So all right. Next story.
All right, I got the next one
all right,
because I'm such a big fan. Halo TV show sets new records at Paramount Plus. The sci-fi show passes 1883 to become Paramount Plus's most watched original series debut of all time worldwide.
Nice.
Man, a lot to say in one breath. Yeah, so the Halo TV series premiered on March 24th. Huge numbers. What do you guys think?
I
Good?
fucking love this show. I don't give a shit what the haters say. This
There's
show is,
haters?
I think there's one that is the not you bald guy.
Oh, what? Selden? Right.
yeah. Well, you
Hold
finish
on.
what you were going to say.
Let me say, I thought this show was going to be a piece of shit. Like, was not expecting anything out of this. I was like, this is going to be the corniest shit ever.
I thought so too until that first leg got blown up.
Yeah,
I was
and
like,
then-
Yeah.
whoa, this is.
No spoilers.
I'm
but,
not, but yeah,
Right.
it's a week out. Come on, maybe.
But like, definitely surprised. Cash, Don't do that. Don't do that. This guy's like digging a hole, like he's going somewhere. Sorry, what was I saying? So like, yeah, like I thought that thing was gonna be a piece of shit, and then in the first like 10, 15 minutes, I was like my mouth was dropped on the ground. I was like, oh my
What
God,
is going on?
what
Yes,
is
yeah.
going on here?
Yep. Yep.
Like, and then like all the way to the end, and like whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I was, but I don't think it's the best show in the world, but I definitely am in a higher spot than I was going in.
I
And
just
and interested in the story because it's not canon.
Yep.
So like, yeah.
This is the silver timeline. I did appreciate like all the subtle things that were thrown in for us. Like at one point, shields are getting low, and then you hear the sound, and it's game perfect, and then hides behind a rock, and like you hear the.
There are some things I didn't like the Doom first person parts where he's like no, no, don't do that.
No,
But it didn't
see,
work in Doom. It's not
didn't
gonna work
in
here.
Doom. That was
it
my
didn't.
favorite.
That was the worst.
That one sequence at the end of Doom was my
worst.
favorite part in the Doom movie.
It's terrible. Nobody wants to see that. Other gripes that I had were just like I felt like the human weapons are underpowered and the Covenant weapons are way overpowered.
Oh yeah.
And the elites are way too big. Like they're like almost twice the size of Master Chief. And I'm like, I don't think they were that tall.
Yeah.
But other than that, like yeah.
Yeah, one of Tiff's complaints was that she didn't like the jump when Master Chief jumped, and I was like, "Well, think about how like she's like it doesn't carry far enough," and I was like, "Well, think about in the game. That's why you're like bunny hopping your way through things because you can only jump like 3 feet at a clip. Like it was very game true. So, I enjoyed it. Now, Selden, why don't you talk about why you hated it?
Yeah, let's
No,
hear
no,
that.
I didn't hate it. I was with Hit. I was expecting a complete shit show, and I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't. The fact that it's definitely not safe for kids right off the bat was definitely a bonus.
That
for me.
was weird.
I really
right?
enjoyed it. I didn't expect
oh.
it. I didn't expect it at all, and
I was
enjoyed
expecting kid friendly. I
I
was.
was
Yeah.
too, and then like I said, that leg, and I was like, "Whoa, we're playing on a different playground." Yeah.
There are some points without giving spoilers. There are some like especially the beginning, where it's like, man, this is really dark. And then there was one other part at the end that was like, are they gonna do this? And then it didn't end up happening.
Yeah,
but I was
yeah.
just like, man, they were ready to go.
Oh
go
yeah,
full dark.
yes. The
Like yeah, without giving it
silver-
away. Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, we'll talk about we'll talk about the Halo
We'll
TV
do
show
spoilers in the
show.
after show. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah,
But anyway.
the only gripes I have about it are really I think they revealed too much too early for the series.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
I think that
I don't think so.
just the whisper of the elite would have been good. Just seeing the leg, not going full boat and showing off the elite right off the bat like that. And I really don't think they should have pulled Master Chief's helmet as early in the series as they did.
Spoiler alert, man.
But I think we all knew that they were going to reveal it in the first episode.
I
by,
mean, they
you know,
said
even
they were
pre-talk,
going
so.
to.
They said,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
But
said.
I just like a little bit more of the mystery that I would have liked to seen in the show. But otherwise, I mean, the
but
game
they
was
didn't take his helmet off for no reason, though. Like
Yes,
they actually
right.
used it as a
Right.
plot
We
device.
should save this for the after show.
Yes, it's not a spoiler, but
I know, but
yeah.
we're treading
But
lightly on this.
To
Yeah.
get back to the story, though, really, did Paramount Plus have anything to base on? This is the most viewed show ever on them. They were really a non-competing streaming service.
Not really. They're CBS and Paramount. Like Paramount actually releases pictures, and pictures are movies. That's
Right, but it's not one of the top tier streaming services that are out there.
no,
And
Really?
It's I would think your
it's
Netflix
in the
your
top
Hulu,
5.
your Prime.
Top 5.
You think top 5?
I had this
Oh,
before I had
yeah.
Hulu.
Let's go over this. What are the top 5? Apple, Netflix,
Netflix,
Hulu,
Net-
HBO Max,
Amazon Prime,
no,
Amazon Prime.
Disney Plus,
Disney
Oh,
Plus,
yeah, Disney.
ESPN.
Netflix,
No,
Disney
ESPN.
Plus.
Okay,
HBO
top
Max.
7. Top 7.
In order.
I'd put it in the top 10, maybe, but it's definitely towards the lower end of the top 10.
No, 7. We
No.
just named out. I don't even think
Almost
Hulu's
all of
better,
them.
to be
Yeah.
honest.
No, I think Hulu's
But
the
they're-
garbage. Hulu's
Yeah, I
hot
think
garbage.
Hulu's at the bottom. Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
let's show me Saturday Night Live clips. Yeah, whatever. Go
It's
get back in your hole,
the,
Hulu.
the pecking order is probably. Let's do this quickly. Netflix,
Disney Plus,
Disney Plus, Apple,
HBO Max,
HBO Max.
Paramount Plus. I don't know. Like it's up there.
No, wait. What are they missing?
Amazon Prime, did you say that?
Oh, Prime Video.
Yeah, Prime and then Paramount and then
Paramount.
Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Hulu. Those are the 7. Yeah, that's the pecking order. Definitely.
Yep.
But I just think that it's a great fact to throw out there that it's the number 1 show that they've ever had. But have you ever really talked about a show that they've brought out before?
That what?
1883. I mean, did you any of you?
I didn't watch it,
1886,
but or whatever it was. But I knew it was popular.
Yeah. I just think it was
I
want
to see. I want to see what the numbers are for week 2, right? Because I feel like they advertised the show. It's based off of a very popular franchise.
Yeah.
Like, how many people just showed up just to see, like, what's this about? Right? Just to be like, I liked Halo. Let me try this out.
Yeah.
I know so many of my old Halo friends that, like, they stopped playing altogether and they checked it out and they're like, holy shit, man, you checked the Halo show, man? This is fucking crazy.
Yep.
So, like, I wonder how
there
many.
was a lot of people that watched it just to see if it was a train
Just to
wreck.
see, yeah. So I want to see how many of those people show up in week 2,
Yep.
right? How many people do they retain to continue? That's the
I
stat
think
I
the
want to see.
retention is going to be high, but
I
we'll
feel
see.
like they're gonna lose people.
I think
I don't think a lot, but I think
No.
they're gonna. I think they're like. I think
Every
they're
show
gonna lose.
loses some people. I think it's
Yeah. I
don't think-
at the low end of losing.
I don't think it'll be the same fall off that Halo Infinite has had, though.
No,
Wow,
this.
look
this is
at you
true.
guys. All right, next story.
true.
All right. Roberta and Ken Williams are back after 25 years with Colossal Cave 3D Adventure. If you don't know who Roberta and Ken Williams are, they are the original founders of Sierra Online. That's a service that I paid for way longer than I probably should have, but it was one of the epicenters of early online gaming and community building back in
Did
the
they do
day.
that stupid night game? What was that called? Is that
I
I
that?
don't know.
They did King's Quest and
King's Quest, that's
it, yeah.
Space Quest and.
But
all
they had
those-
the Sierra Online was just this huge. It was not huge, but it was just a conglomeration of different type of games and stuff like that. You could play online with your friends and stuff like that. And I think there was a poker
Wasn't.
game that I played way too long.
I
In there.
think you're confusing this with something else, Selden. Sierra
No.
Online was not actually online remotely at all. That was just what the company was called. So they made King's Quest, and then they made Space Quest, they made Leisure Suit
Well, I know
Larry.
that-
They were all like adventure games that were they made.
That was
point and
Sierra
click.
Games, but Sierra Games developed into a Sierra Online. I thought there was a
Mm.
a whole gaming community based on that. Maybe I'm thinking of something wrong, but
yeah.
but either way, they're huge names in the gaming industry.
Oh, they were pioneers. Yes.
And based on what we've gone through with COVID, I think the COVID being locked in, I think that they finally came around and said, "Yeah, let's make another game." So they're making this. They're remaking Colossal Cave 3D for the VR world. Basically, I think is what it's coming down to. It'll be interesting to see how this comes out. It's nice to see some traditional throwback to early on gaming and see if we can get some of what gaming used to be, how it used to be a little tougher for these type of games and
Yeah.
weren't being handheld and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it.
No, I think this is cool. Take like an old text-based adventure that then got graphics to it, and then like kind of massage it into VR. Like, by all means, I'm balls deep and I'm all in. I've played, I think, literally every Sierra Online game that Ken and Roberta put out, from Space Quest 1, 2, and 3, King's Quest 1, 2, 3, and 4. Police Quest was another one. I think there were 3 of those. All the Leisure Suit Larry games. So these guys have bona fides in the industry, and I absolutely trust them. So Hit, are you not a fan?
No,
I knew that.
no.
All right.
I knew that we knew they were working on something when the King's Quest remake came out, right?
Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah, I
just didn't
remember
know
them
what it
saying.
was. Yeah.
I remember them saying something about. Yeah, I was like, yeah, whatever.
Nice. All right. Next story. Twitter will host Halo watch
Oh,
parties
fuck, man.
starting March 28th. So, Hit, if you wanted this story, you should have done your little weird highlight thing.
I was gonna say like why like this should have been a tie-in. Like I
Yeah,
should
we
have. I
should
didn't.
have. I thought we were
I
going to
didn't
jump to
even
this
read it.
next. Yes.
Next time we put tie-in stuff like next to each other. How about that? It's called organizing.
Maybe you could edit the outline too. So yeah, starting moving forward from this point on, Twitter is going to host these Halo watch parties for Halo, as well as after show watch parties. So they've obviously seen the impact of the Halo TV series on Twitter and have followed up with creating these community discussion things. So I think this is good for the show, and I think it's going to help project it and up the numbers. So, but yes, this should have been tacked on to the Halo story.
Sorry.
It's okay, Selden. It's okay. Now we'll let Hit tack something on to this non-tack on. Next story.
Now I don't know what to take.
Hit doesn't even want us.
Because I got fucked. That's why.
They fuck you at the drive-through. They fuck you at the drive-through.
All right, I'll do this one. Microsoft won't impede Activision Blizzard's workers seeking to unionize.
Yeah.
Microsoft respects Activision Blizzard employees' right to choose whether they want to be represented by a labor organization. As reported by Axios, the company was replying to a letter sent to Microsoft CEO by Activision workers that asked whether the Xbox maker, which is in the process of buying Activision Blizzard,
Yep.
has told the publisher to either approve or oppose the unionization efforts of its employees. What do you guys think about this?
I think it's pretty fucking cool of Microsoft to be like, yeah, if you guys want to unionize, go ahead and do it. We still want you, and we're still going to take you in. So, if there's any industry that's getting fucked right now, well, and has been for the last 15, 20 years, it's game developers. Companies hire on tons of people. They put people through a massive crunch to get a game out the door. As soon as the game launches, they lay off 2/3 to 3/4 of the staff, and then when the next game comes, they may even hire on those same people that they already laid off. Like, it's a bullshit industry. Like, and you know, spoilers. If you're out there and you know how to code, don't fucking do video game shit. Like, that's not where you want to be. Take it from me. But yeah, I think this is really cool of Microsoft.
Yeah, I definitely think it's cool. It's definitely it's showing that they care about their employees and stuff like that, and that if
What
they
were they gonna
unionize, they
say,
still
though?
have.
Were they going to say no? Isn't that illegal? Like this is the
No, it's
seems
not
like such a
illegal.
they can't not stop them, right?
No, then,
It's
then
ille-
you, because
it's illegal for them to try to stop a union from forming,
but they're not a union yet.
but it's illegal.
They're not
to-
owners
to
of them
stop-
yet, so they
stop
can.
stop them from forming. Like you have to let it happen.
Okay, so if they become a union and Microsoft doesn't want to deal with union people, they're like, well, we're not hiring union people. Like, that's the combat of unions is, we're not going to be a union shop and pay all your weird bullshit to do this. We'll pay people outside. And Microsoft's like, no, we're okay to hire a union shop. So as someone that's never been in a union, I barely understand this on the fringe, but
Like the way I understand it, you have to have a certain majority of people vote to unionize. So like if there's 100 Activision Blizzard workers in this department or whatever they're part of, If 70 people say yes, we want to unionize, then they unionize.
Okay.
Everybody. And then what? Microsoft's going to be like, oh, you guys unionized. Well, goodbye. Like they're not, they can't stop the union from coming. And like what? They're just gonna get rid of everybody?
Well, that's the option. Is because if the union
No,
comes
it
in with
never
these
happens.
crazy
That never
things,
happens. That never happens.
I don't know. There's plenty of movies that are made outside of the Screen Actors Guild.
That's different. That's different.
Is it though?
Yes.
We're
Yes.
talking
The cinema unions are different from like other unions.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know either. None of us really know what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
either way, it's cool that Microsoft's like, go ahead.
Right.
All right. Next story. GDC 2022 on-site attendance down 59% from last pre-COVID show.
The sky is blue?
What?
What?
This is so you guys think that when I go to PAX East in a few weeks, you think the attendance is going to be down?
The way you ask us that question, it's like you don't realize this.
Well,
Oh man,
we are into the endemic phase of things.
No, we are not. Okay, I'm not getting involved.
I anticipate a full PAX East, to be honest. But yeah, it didn't surprise me that GDC was. Yeah.
We're still in a pandemic. Just because things are, better doesn't mean that everyone's fully comfortable with it.
It doesn't feel that way here in the States, but maybe I'm just talking
I'm not talking about from here.
Yeah.
Like there are still events going on that have restrictions.
Okay.
Like there's an event, WonderCon is this weekend, and like there are restrictions. Like if there are restrictions, that means there's definitely people that are still worried,
Okay.
right? Like like here we don't have mask stuff, but like you still have the option to wear a mask.
Well, you've always had the option to wear a mask.
Yeah, and now like even though like at least here, even though everyone has the option not to wear it, there's still a lot of people that wear it. Like it's just
here it's a little less so, but
I mean, sure, but it's still like it's never going to go to zero. Is my point, right? Like we've gone through this pandemic, people are going to be cautious. It's not going to go back to the way it was first shot. It's going to be a gradual climb over the years.
I mean, PAX East could be different than GDC because, as we discussed, GDC is more of a industry insiders. It's the programmers. It's the actual developers, and a lot of them are working from home, and their companies may have sent them there in the past. And if you're still at a work and home environment, the companies may not have said, "Hey, we're going to send all you guys down there," because that would go against what our current company policy is of not working in the office.
That's a good point.
So you lose a lot of those people, I think, based on the current environment that's out there
over time, right? Like over the years, it's gonna things are gonna gradually
slowly come back.
Right.
But as I said, PAX East could be a little bit more closer to full capacity based on the fact that it's fan based and the fans aren't as they're not relying on their company to send them there or that the company's now going to say, oh, you can go to GDC. Now you can come back into the office tomorrow. They're going to be like, nah, I'm okay not going to GDC because I don't want to have to go back in yet. So,
having attended every PAX East, I'll be able to give you a reasonable approximation of the percentage of people versus years past. I know what the show floor looks like. I know what the lines look like.
I mean, you don't have to go to the event to know. Like, they're going to release those numbers. Like, I disagree with you guys. I feel like the number is going to be under the last PAX.
If PAX East always sold out well before the time frame of the show, right?
It doesn't matter if it's sold
Where
out.
is it? I mean, what is the? Yeah, I mean, because they could be releasing less tickets. You know, they could
Oh,
be,
that's true
you know,
too. Yeah, so you can't
you
really
know,
check on that because you just don't know.
Even then, like so many like from my own experience, like people have Comic-Con tickets and they're not gonna go. Like they pre-bought this like forever ago, but like some people just aren't comfortable to go back yet. Like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and they're not selling anymore. So like right off the get-go, either people are refunded and they're not going to replenish those numbers. Like Comic-Con will have a headline being like it is down X percentage from last event for sure. Like just because they're not selling any more tickets and people had some had refunded and some just might not want to go because it's too early, but yet they don't want to lose their spot in the lottery. So
They
like
just keep their thing going.
they just keep it. Like I know some people like that. So like I don't know.
I don't know. I just pulled up
I mean,
the PAX
PAX East
page.
tickets are still available. So
All days are still available, which is unheard of.
Is that not a sign that like it's not gonna be like what it was? Like I just
The
think it's
sign that
delusional to think
lots of
things are
people
gonna be back.
pussies. Yeah. No.
No, Derek. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know.
The
That's a
world is
controversial
still in
opinion.
a pandemic.
No,
Like I don't know.
I don't know. As probably the only person that's never had COVID on this show, I think. No, Selden hasn't either.
I haven't had COVID. At least I've never actually tested myself to see
No.
if I had it. So
No.
I got the shot. So
Yeah, I got shots and boosters, and can't wait for my next booster. But yeah, like this, we gotta be done with this. It's
Yeah, but yes, but it's not gonna be instantaneously. Like it's gonna be a gradual thing. To think that the first event since COVID, things were gonna go back to the same as they were, if not surpass that, is delusional. Like it's
I guess
not
so,
gonna
yeah.
happen.
I
yeah,
guess
I mean,
it is.
there's other events that you look at, like Mardi Gras in New Orleans. It was still the attendance was low. There was still, you know, it wasn't as crazy it's been in the past. Spring break is coming up for a lot of colleges, and you see the Florida, you know, spring break locations. It'll be interesting to see what the attendances and the crowds are down at those events. I mean, and then you got PAX East. I mean, I think the attendance is going to be up from the last couple of years, obviously, but it's not going to be anywhere close, I don't think, to the pre-pandemic levels. And I think that's the same with PAX East. I think that, you know, yes, it'll be closer to what it was than it was last year or the year before, but it's not going to be close to what it was 3-4 years ago.
No.
So,
Well, we shall see, and I will report live. So,
wear a mask.
not planning on it, but yes. All right, next.
Go
I
in
know, coming
cosplay,
from me,
like-
the guy that hid in his house for more than a year. Yeah, yeah. So if I'm saying it, it's true facts. But next story.
What light story do we?
All right, I'll take another one then. All right. Here's a dumb story. Warframe players get free content every week to celebrate the 9th anniversary. The only reason I added this story is to say, who the fuck is still playing this freebie bullshit game from 9 years ago? Like, I don't know anyone that plays this. I feel like I knew a couple people that played it. Maybe Yomp was one. This is dumb, right?
Yeah, I don't know why we're talking about it.
All right, next story.
Next story. PlayStation answers Game Pass may launch next week. Things started to fly about that they're going to be bringing out a new level of whatever their service is, but they didn't really lay out a lot of what it was when I originally read the story. But it's about time that they came around and said, hey, we got to compete with Microsoft's online services that they're offering. So it'll be interesting to see if they come out with this and what actually is entailed in it once they come out with it.
Do you think they'll have like third parties? Like, you think they'll have
No.
like you have to match what Game Pass has third party wise, right? Like, you think they can go to like GTA guys or
I don't.
What's something that's on Xbox?
GTA just got some exclusive shit on Xbox where you can do that GTA Plus for like $6 a
Yeah,
month.
but you can
and
do
get-
that on the PlayStation as well. It's console
think-
only.
I thought that was Xbox exclusive.
I think
but-
No, it's
I think what
console,
most
console.
people are asking is if PlayStation's going to give their first party titles the treatment that
Well, I
Xbox is
feel
giving
like-
their first person titles.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like
that's-
to make their library like
have
you have to include your first parties, and you're gonna have to include
Some
the
third
same,
parties.
if not some, of the third parties that Xbox has, just to like try to like compare, right?
So basically, Sony is
you
giving
would
up
think
their,
so,
their
yeah.
only revenue stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And,
It's
like
like
I'm trying to think like what is a third party game that like big title that Xbox has?
Destiny. No, I'm giving you a Sony one. So Sony now owns Bungie. So you would expect Destiny to be on there, right?
Is Destiny on thing though?
Destiny is not on Game Pass, but Sony
Okay,
owns Bungie
Rainbow
now.
Six. Rainbow Six is on here.
Ubisoft.
yeah, you got both Rainbow Six now. You have Extraction and Siege or whatever.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy, like games like will they pull like Guardians of the Galaxy,
So that would mean they have to make
Mortal
deals
Kombat?
With, they have to make deals with Square Enix. They
But
have
that's
to
what I
make
feel like.
deals with
Yeah, I feel like that's what they
Ubisoft.
have to do, right?
Yeah.
They have to try to
Microsoft
match.
still has Sony's baseball game, right?
MLB The Show. Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about that in next week's show. Yeah.
What about EA Play? What about EA? Do you think they make a similar deal with EA? Be like, hey, bring your games on here as well. You know, like,
Well, the EA Play
or is it that
technically
exclusive?
It did go to Sony, but it was a separate billing thing. It wasn't part of because like it wasn't on Xbox. You paid for it separately, and then when Game Pass Ultimate came out, it got lapped into that. So maybe they can negotiate that as well, or maybe Xbox made that an exclusive thing. We just don't know.
Age of Empires. Oh, what's them?
That's a Microsoft game.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not going there.
Hitman trilogy.
Yeah.
Aliens. I don't know. I feel like they got I don't know. Yeah, combined with their own first party games, like that's the only way you make a decent competitor to Game Pass.
Yeah,
Even
I
though it's
just
still
can't- I
it's still
can't
going to be
even see
missing
how
a
they're
ton
gonna
of
pull
features.
this off. Yeah, yeah.
I just don't think that Sony wants to release that control they have on selling the games, and I don't think that they're ready to make that jump. They need to make that jump. Don't get me wrong.
But
They need to
can't.
get their first party generation. I just don't see Sony making that move.
It's just like the same reason why Nintendo can't do it, because they want to sell those individual games, and they think that's the model forever. And you know what? That model's old and tired. So
You're coming from you.
wow.
It will be interesting to see if Sony starts trying to play big guy on campus and forcing these littler games to only go exclusive on their online service
Mhm.
rather than letting them, be over on Game Pass as well or something.
Yeah.
Because Sony's always been pushing the exclusivity games, and so if they can say, "Hey, we want you on our platform, and we want you on our
Exclusive
online
on our-"
stream," yeah. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see if they try to push that service like that.
I guess we'll see.
Like whatever it is, not going to be worth it, right? Like
Oh,
it's
I
not
feel
going to have
like
an It's not going to have an X Cloud. It's not going to have perks. You know, it's just going to be bare like you
It's
get
a
these
cheap
games.
knockoff. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be
Yep.
and
the
then
price,
probably the
price point's
girls
going to
will
play
have-
a big factor into it too. I mean, what
I
are
can't
they have
see it
two tiers
being-
right now, right? They have 10 and 13 or 10 and 16 or 10 and 15. What is there?
Are there two tiers?
Yeah, they have their regular PlayStation, then they have the PlayStation Plus or something like that, don't they?
Yes, for their online.
Right. So
Isn't that mixed in? I thought I saw that it's mixed in. It's combining the library with the online.
No.
so is that their answer to Game Pass? It's just the
It's
mix.
their answer to Ultimate, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be fucked up either way.
Yeah.
They got to do something big to compete against Game Pass because Game Pass is a beast right now. Still,
No, it's the best
Yeah, it's a
value in
runaway.
gaming on the planet. Yep.
It's a runaway right now. They're uncontested.
Yep.
See what happens.
All right, last story. Fortnite Season 2. Boom. Raising lots of money. Boom. $70 million for Ukraine relief because they're giving all the profits there. Kudos to Epic. Badass.
Cool.
That's what I figured. This was a short story. Selden, do you want to go against this one somehow?
no.
Or
I
the negative?
actually was trying to think if we talked about this last week or somewhere else that I talked about this.
We talked about them giving all their profits last
Day
week
one
on this.
profits, right? Yeah.
Yep. And now
Old story. Move on.
that's amounted to $70 million. That's pretty good. So, all right.
A lot of Barbie dress-up dolls.
So that wraps up our news. If you want to give us stories for next week, give us a call 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And we'll try to work your stuff into the show next week. And sponsors. If we had them, we'd pimp them, but we don't, so we won't. But if you want to be one, let us know. Podcast@tooltoplay.com, 773-527-2961. You tell us what you're selling. We'll tell you you're going to pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom. Done. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool Play related at twitter.com/Tool to Play. Everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us. Facebook.com/Tool to Play. We also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tool to Play. That's where you go and subscribe and get all of our archive video content. It's like a DVR from hell. You can get every episode of this show, all of episodes of Hits Quick Hits, all of the episodes of Thick and Thin with LB and Duty, all of the episodes of Immature Interviews that Tiff did, and all of the exquisite episodes of Selden's special show. They're all on there, and if you have not appreciated these yet, please go back. And these are like an anchor in time, and you can go see Selden at his prime. Absolutely. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes. We need some 5-star reviews, and if you want to throw us a little extra comment, please do that too. If there's some weird Android podcast store, do the same thing there. And if you're a Amazon podcast person, do the same there. We don't know any of these UIs because they're not Apple, but I assume they exist, and we need 5 stars and we need some nice reviews. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That is one of the many places we broadcast the show live each and every week. So go there and follow us. It's a new channel because we used to do everything on the twitch.tv/tool to play. So we're trying to migrate people to our twitch.tv/still_got_game. It's going a little slow. So if you are a twitch.tv/tool to play person, please go there and follow us there. We have a Discord channel. This is where all the shit goes down. That's at discord.me/stillgotgame. That's all in lowercase, no spaces, no underscores. Discord.me/stillgotgame. Selden will be in there to welcome you the moment you sign up. He'll be like, yeah, high fives, thanks for watching the show. And then Hit will jump in occasionally and be like, hey, you also check out my Discord. Blah, 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 I6 Hitman. And then, Yant will never show up. I'll be in there very occasionally when I get a notification. But yeah, you'll be able to chat with all your favorite hosts of the show. And it's a fun time. So definitely join our Discord. Discord.me/stillgotgame. And let's jump on over to our own stuff. Hit, what do you want to pimp?
Yeah, if you're looking for me for my socials, just go to linktree/i6hitman, and all my shit's there. My Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah. You know what? If you could follow me on TikTok, anyone that listens, please do. Like, do me a favor. Follow me on I'm trying to get to 1,000, so I can start doing live.
What are you at now?
Like, just almost about to hit 300.
All right, that's a big jump.
So I need,
but we
I
can
need
help.
700 more. Okay, I need the help. So if you're on TikTok, just look up I6 Hitman. Give me a follow.
If you're not on TikTok, subscribe, download the app, sign up, and follow it.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on that hit. Yeah. I thought you were going to be close when you said it, but what's 700 among friends? So
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone
this.
counts, right?
yeah, yep.
1 plus 1.
1 plus 1 plus 680.
1 plus
no,
1
yeah,
plus
yeah,
1 plus 1 plus 1.
Yep, yep.
Seldom. What about you? Where can people
You can
reach
find
you?
all my socials at Linktree also /Selden007. There you can find all my links to all my other socials that I maintain. But other than that, I don't have much else to pimp right now. So
All right.
I have been streaming Elden Rings a lot more. So
Go watch his shit.
you can watch me on Twitch.
You stream? Really?
Yeah, occasionally.
And you
I
learn
didn't know that.
something
I don't
new
follow
every
you.
day.
You should follow me. I'm trying to get up to 1,000.
Why don't
Now
you
I
go?
am.
You should go to his link tree and follow his shit.
I just went straight to Twitch.
Selden007. So
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought I was following you. I don't know why not.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
now
probably
I
did
am.
and then left.
Probably unsubscribed.
It's active. This channel's inactive. Let me
It happens. It happens.
How about you, Derek? How about
All
you?
right. You can find all of my shit at Linktree/Derek Nolan. From all of my own socials to all of the show's socials to everything, you can find it all there. And I also want to give a big shout out to the IRS. Taxes coming up in a little over 2 weeks. Shout outs. That's my big pimping for this week. So, I guess before we wrap,
Derek's opinion does not represent anybody else on.
I love doing taxes. It's maybe I'll finish them by Thursday, Friday. I don't know. Yeah, fun stuff. But we'll get this to the after show. But let's wrap this show up. So I remind you all, you can join us each and every Monday night live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this, oh my god, is anyone ever going to co-host with us again, episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am the Hitman. They call me Hit.
And I am Chris Selden 007 Selden.
I am D Smooth. They call me D.